Carol Bennett with e-luminate, back in part 2 following Clara MacNamee's path toward building a hospital in Nepal. So Clara, you saw the vision of growing this little clinic in Nepal into an extensive hospital. How were you able to do this? Where did you start?
Well, I started with a group. It's actually a group. They did the first year. What they saw was a little clinic, one-story clinic, and decided that they could contribute medical needs and would do a health camps every year.
Health camps.
Health camps. And then I joined the second year, and collectively we built the second floor of the hospital and dedicated it then. And then the next procedure, we decided the doctors were living in inadequate circumstances. The little tin roof wood shacks with no bathroom facilities.
This is what the doctors are living in.
So we built a 2-story facility where they had bathrooms and their own personal bedrooms.
Nice.
And
So
it's just behind the main building. And then the next procedure, let's see, we restructured the pharmacy. And then the kitchen was always, I don't know, it was one of those things that stuck in my head, and I kept thinking, it can't happen.
And the kitchen provided the food for all the workers? Is that what it
Well, for the hospital and the staff.
And the staff.
And it was merely a building of wood slats with a tin roof, with an open fire pit inside for the cooking.
Oh my.
And outside was a pump where they washed the dishes.
Oh my. Was this for where the patients got their food too?
Yes.
Oh my.
And, you know, coming from an antiseptic kind of view, I thought something has to be done. So now we dedicated last year a beautiful kitchen dining room, and we put 2 stories on top. So it's a 3-story building.
Nice.
And the nice part is it has a beautiful dining room and a fully equipped kitchen.
Very good.
With electricity, ovens, stoves, refrigeration, and dishwashers.
Fabulous.
That meant so much to them because the sanitation was needed.
Now, you earlier talked about MedShare. You got a lot of support from MedShare. Tell us how that works, and tell us about the organization.
That's a wonderful organization, and it was started because of the massive waste in hospitals.
And it's located here in America?
Yes, it's in Fremont.
Fremont, okay.
California. And the marvelous part about it is, in surgery, you're not allowed to reuse the surgical tools. They must be discarded. Or if you open a pack of sutures, there are 12 in a pack, you use 1 pack, 11 are discarded. So MedShare has bins in Sutter, UCSF, I think, and Kaiser hospitals. So those bins are taken to MedShare. They autoclave them, they retool them, and they repackage them. And they're available if you pay the shipment to any country in the world.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, when we put the second floor of the hospital on, that's where we got our hospital beds. And you pay the shipping, and then it's all there. That's another wonderful organization to support.
Right. Okay, MedShare as well.
Yes.
Okay, so now you also told us that were able to pull off an ambulance. Tell us about that story.
I love this story. The clients, the patients at the hospital will walk anywhere from 4 to 6 hours to get help, medical help. And
they're sick at the time when they're walking, doing this walk.
Or carrying their elderly on their backs in big baskets with straps around their head.
Oh dear.
But the interesting thing is when the hospital can't serve the needs of the patient, if they're more serious, for serious surgery, they have to be taken to Kathmandu, which is about a 6-hour journey on very rough trails, all rocks and dirt. So the idea was that our means of transportation were inadequate. We needed an ambulance.
Okay.
And Nepal has no car manufacturing companies. So we had to go to India.
Okay.
And we went to Tatta Motors.
Tatta. Okay. Tatta Motors, okay.
It's a big manufacturing, auto manufacturing. But when the ambulance was ready to be delivered, Nepal imposed an import tax on all autos coming in.
Nepal did that?
Well, it's just regular. They have an import tax on autos.
Oh dear.
And it was the price of what we paid for the ambulance.
Oh no.
So we had to cancel the order.
Oh.
And Mr. Tatta emailed us back that he would donate the ambulance if we paid the tax. So I got to drive it up the road, and it was a great experience. It was a right wheel drive.
Yeah,
But I had the siren going. I loved it.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
But the ambulance is really well needed, and I think, we've had a few breakdowns and all, but the villagers are very good about repairing and restoring.
Now the people come and how many people are you serving every day? Do people come and stand in line, or
No.
do they just walk in the door? I mean, what's their accessibility?
Well, they come and they register, and then they're seen. And sometimes
So like a triage, people decide whether that's...
Yes, that's right. Triage is done. But they will hike 4 to 6 hours to get to the hospital. And so we run health camps, and we'll run them at the schools. The schools are built on top of the mountains,
Okay,
so students from all sides of the mountain can come,
okay.
and they don't have an excessive distance to walk. So we hold the health camps, and the last health camp this past year, we averaged 271 patients a day.
Oh my gosh. And so these are just people coming from the real local communities then, because the
Well,
schools
we
are
have
close
7
by.
higher villages. They come from there too for the health camps.
Okay,
And this year we ran a dental one, which was very interesting because that's a major problem.
really?
Yes,
Hmm.
dental care is not available, so most of them are suffering from rotted teeth and
Oh,
cavities
dear.
and infections. But we hold them at the schools because it's a central point.
Okay.
So we have to climb to the schools. That's interesting. I've worn out a few trekking poles. But we will run 2 or 3 day clinics, and
Okay.
it's advertised ahead of time, and the people will all come up the mountain.
Oh, nice. Okay. So then the more serious ones then have to take their
When it's surgery that can't be performed at the hospital, and we are limited in our surgical efforts, they're taken to Kathmandu.
okay.
And that's a good 6-hour ride on very rough roads. There are no roads, it's trails, dirt and rocks.
Okay. Now, what is the extent of the surgery that can be done at the hospital?
Appendectomies,
Really? Okay.
and things of that nature, and of course birthing.
Resetting bones and doing
Reset, yeah, we
setting,
can reset bones.
stitching.
We have an X-ray machine.
Oh, good.
So, and now I've gotten a friend in Minnesota interested in gathering dental equipment for our dental
good.
lab. We have a
Good.
dental lab, we have optometry, we have pediatric care, and general medicine, of course.
Yeah.
And so we're building. We have a very good lab in the hospital, and a good pharmacy.
So what are you doing here locally to help raise funds?
Well, there's several of us involved in fundraising. The Grosses live over in the hills in East Bay.
And that's Steve Gross.
Steve and Jeanette, and they do house concerts.
House concerts, okay.
She has a musical family.
Oh,
They
lovely.
put on a concert, and it is really a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
And then on the 4th of July, I do barbecue, picnic, because I live on the water. We have a little boat parade in our community. It's
And that's Belmer and Keys, I bet.
Belmer and Keys,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
And so it's bringing us in, and then of course we individually commit to donations and
Nice,
support.
very nice. So if anybody listening would like to donate, they could contact Steve Gross at stevegross@earthlink.net or go to the website www.dcwcnepal-us.org.
Yes, thank you.
Good, good. So now the hospital is complete, right?
Not really.
Not really. huh?
Not really. We're still working on
Oh,
it.
good, okay. And you have not stopped. You are amazing. So our next part, we're going to hear about Clara's 5-year plan for the future. Come back.